Well, I'm not really sure how I'm gonna end up continuing from that last part, but... And I mean continuing is in, like, hard to move on from it, but we'll see. Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're doing well today. I'm fine. Had a fairly normal Friday. Hope you're all having a good Friday. It's Friday at the time of the stream. And... yeah, boy did I wake up to some fucking news today. As likely everybody else has. So... kind of hard not to talk about it considering how it concerns so many people with, matters of social interaction, but that Twitter announcement that happened is like genuinely a distressing thing. I just cannot believe that that's actually a possibility. But, you know, for those that don't know, Muskrat over on Twitter, and I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter. I don't give a fuck about what he says otherwise. He recently made an announcement, and it's essentially like, hey, there's a strong chance that Twitter will be getting rid of the ability to block people outside of direct messages, which essentially means, hey, no blocking people, you know, on your timeline. So that was a fun bit of news, and I'm seeing the reactions about that across social media, and it's like, God, God damn it, man, like, fuck. Anyway, I was gonna plan on... Real fast, I want to grind up the party a little bit and get a nice balance of them so that I can do Agnia's story, because her chapter is coming up, like, right here. I'm gonna do hers next, and it's her chapter 4. So we may be wrapping up Agnia's story today, which will be interesting. Unless they've made it an 8-chapter situation per character. I'm gonna guess no, but yeah. Still have yet to really do all the side quests, sadly. I mean, I can check, but we'll see. But yeah, that was the news that I woke up to today, and it's like... it's just... Many have stated it, and I'm gonna state it, where it's like, how in the fuck can a... like... It's an interesting case where a lot of times companies will just somehow lose every kind of credit that they have earned up for themselves, be it bad or good, or their credit will be like normal and then it'll just turn horrible instantaneously.
Time for some questioning.
Like, I just don't understand how that's even possible.
Where was I? There!
No on that.
That's all. Very well. Flames burn bright.
No on fire. But yeah, I just...
Where
like,
was I?
There's no words for it, really. Like, I'm trying to think of the words to really say regarding the announcements and how all of this just happened in the span of a few months. You know?
Low, frigid wind.
Like, that's the thing in particular that shocks me, is that this whole situation, the fucking acquisition of Twitter and all of the really horrible decisions and just backlash after backlash after backlash that happened, like, in the span of a few months. Also, apologies about that earlier, I slipped up, but yeah, it's just the absolute amounts of backlash that Twitter's received and Musk received. It's like, it feels like it's just kind of egged him on, if anything. I don't know. Fortifying nut. This may be the time where I also start using the the stat increasing nuts as
I will.
as boosting my stats may help me in a lot of the fights coming up.
To work.
But yeah, I'm just like a lot of us are just trying to do our own thing on these platforms, and a lot of people make their livelihood through these platforms.
Very well.
But sadly, those platforms are at the whims of companies that will routinely keep making mistakes, and that's fucked up.
To work.
But I don't know.
Repent. How's that for you?
It's just business classes in the future have to at some point use this Twitter debacle, this whole fiasco, just as an example of what not to do. Like, you can't see all the shit that's happened and not feel a compulsion to just be like, all right, like, throw this to your professor for an essay or something and just be like, listen, teach, like, this shit is like, this is the shit that you, yeah, I'm without words, frankly.
Time for some questioning.
It's like, I'm without words, a lot of people are without words, because it's just that befuddling. This, yeah.
Very well.
It's just super self-destructive platform that's been like, that's not to say Twitter's always been perfect. You know, it had its problems. It always did before the takeover, but it's like a Cyberpunk to it's like CD Projekt Red's reputation after Cyberpunk released. You know, like it takes one thing to happen and suddenly it's like, congratulations, your reputation is in the shitter. I don't know.
Very useful.
That is actually useful in case I ever come back here. But yeah, so that's my deal. That's my thing. It's just, I'm seeing this thinking, Jesus Christ, can these alternatives please either release out of their beta or become like more widely available, just so we don't have to keep hearing about this shit. Because I'm confident, like, I have every bit of confidence that people are sick and fucking tired of seeing this guy continuously destroy this platform.
Time for some...
Not this platform, Twitch, I mean that platform, Twitter. It's... ugh. I don't know how you... like...
To work.
I don't know.
You won't be needing that.
So, there you go. That's what I've done today, just kind of ruminate on that, being like, fuck, man. It just... it's so easy. You know, it's so easy for something to just go wrong in that sense. But yeah, we're gonna, but besides that, we're gonna do a little bit of, I'm gonna attempt some questing, and then take care of Agnia's final chapter, and then we can sort of see where we go from there. Yeah.
Good night.
Didn't I already do this with this person? Yes. Yeah. What's the chances on steal? Oh, okay. All right. Didn't realize the chances of that were low. We could probably do the new Delsta fish thing, which I think is level 34. Not the...
Very well.
Not likely to be able to get good, on the...
That's all.
Not likely to get good on the,
So sorry.
Where's my brain going?
Where was I?
On the damage for that, but at the very least we could just
Holy
take care of that fish thing
illuminate
finally.
the darkness.
Because I'm ready to get that quest done. That's been sitting in my quest book for a while.
Very well. Smite them. Pardon.
Well, yeah, I haven't been using the Analyze skill that much, actually. I should be using that a bit more.
To work. Smite them. Marvelous.
And I mean, it's not like there aren't alternatives that won't work. In terms of,
Now we're...
Oh, so it is a... Oh, her thing is a follow orders too. I forgot. I've not been using Ochet's path actions very much, and I've been like, what was her nighttime path action again? And it was that. Ooh, not possible. Ooh, very not possible. Yeah, that's the... I guess that's kind of the deal with everything that's gone on today. It's like, oh man. Alright. Really? Old cloth? Hmm.
Time. Very well. Let's have a look.
Sword.
This won't do. This isn't ideal. Where was I? Let's have a look.
Axe.
That's all. Oh dear.
And please be
Let's
something
have a
elemental. Ice. Alright, good.
So sorry. Where was I? Study Aliphan's teaching. Oh dear. Blizzard, bury them! This won't do!
And then I can use...
Atone for your sins!
I'm gonna save that for one that might be a bit better.
Blizzard, bury them! Ah. Oh dear.
There we go.
Frigid winds. Very good.
Cool. Now, was this information good?
Ha!
Mysterious, alluring woman. She looks to be in her 30s, but word is she was seen in the tavern well before thieves started gathering in the area over 30 years ago. Thus, she earned a reputation more fearsome than any bandit. Alright, neat. I actually have not been checking the information I've been getting from them. That's fine. Alright. Well, how's about we go do that thing with the new Delsta fish. Let's fill up our SP. Because, yeah, we had the boss fight with Father last time, and man, did that end up serving a bit more of a shock than expected. Like, holy shit. The sheer level of flabbergastedness that I felt towards that whole situation was really something. Like, I have not felt that in a hot second when it comes to a turn-based RPG like this. So, I mean, it's not unwelcome, it just really caught me off guard. Also, it might be faster if I go clock bank and south. Apothecary, townsperson. Actually, wait. Can I give this person food and then take him to the... Ah, can't.
Right.
Alright. Because I know this quest was also one of the ones I needed a guide for. A guiding skill. Where was the area? Was it there? No. Wait, hold on. Is that it? Yes, it is. Here we go. Danger level 44. Are we good now? Really? Why didn't that work? Do I need to, like, find an NPC that says, hey, here's the secret route or something? Fell in love with my husband's earnest nature, that's why I married him. Can't believe the last storm completely washed away. There is, though. I literally just took you to... I have to find the... do I... Maybe this means I have to take him all the way to the top of the tower. Which, if that's the case, that's gonna...
I'll take that.
That's gonna suck. Probably just employee stuff. I really should be doing a lot more of these nighttime things, though. So yeah, this guy was the royal descendant quest that was like, I'm part of the royal line, and therefore, like, I found out this cool thing about my ancestry, and now I'm gonna make it my entire personality, and it's like, come on, man.
I'll take it.
Alright, well, that's enough messing around. Let's go get this fish. You know what, we'll do it at night, so that we can hopefully run into an Octopath. If that could happen, that would literally solve most of the problems that I've got right now in terms of the levels. Alright. We need to be on the water for this.
I suggest you get out of my way.
Now then. My blade dances.
What to do?
There. Right. Axe first, think later.
Very well.
I love that that's her voice line for it.
Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
But yeah, the father storyline that we went through for Throne really was
Here we go.
a twist that was really unexpected. Just
My prey awaits.
completely blindsided me. And though I found it good, though I found it to be an interesting subversion, I thought about it a bit more after stream had wrapped up, and it made me kind of think back and just go like, wait a second, how necessary was that? and I told a friend of mine about this, and she told me like, well, maybe that was more to explore a bit of Father's backstory over adding more, like maybe that was meant to add a lot more to Father's character regarding his motivations and why he kept Throne alive. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. It's just, it was such a blindsiding situation, you know, learning like learning the shit that we learned made me like actually pause. You know, you all heard it. I was left without any words. But I agree with what my friend said.
Ready?
That's next. Fuck. Why couldn't shit? This?
You're too kind.
Damn it. It's gonna run. No, it didn't. It didn't run. It didn't run.
Over here.
Combo, that's literally me whenever one of these guys shows up. Hey, Combo, how you doing? I doubt this will work.
My spear strikes true.
Shit.
Right. Venomous chop. All right.
Weak to axes and poison. I was not expecting that. I hope I still get the experience. What do you do? Octopath Bowl. You know what? Yeah. What? That's probably a really rare thing to have done.
Where was I?
Wow. All right. Temenos, you just fucking destroy these things. I don't give a fuck.
That's that.
Do I still get the
May the
experience?
sacred flame guide you.
I don't.
Or something
But
like that.
oh, Chet did level up. So what does the Octopuff do? City Octopuff Traveler. Enervation. Watch that be like one of the best buffing skills in the game. I did not expect that. Holy shit. Like, that just tripped me up. Like, I mean, I would have preferred to maybe, I don't know, get the experience for it, but you know what? That's an interesting enough trade-off, if any. I, again, don't even know if that's rare to have happen, but that's a way to start off, I guess. Yeah, hey, Combo.
The show begin.
Ooh, these things are cool. Ooh.
Here we go.
Beast Lore. Provoke. Let's try the spear.
Sorry.
Yes, weak to spear.
My turn.
Oh no, that's dagger. I'm dumb. Well, anyway, that works. But yeah, I was just talking earlier, Combo, about this thing that got
It's my
announced for
turn
Twitter
now.
today, and how it's once more causing people to really want to jump ship super hard.
Very well.
And some people are planning on it. It's just they're waiting for a lot of other platforms to gain some features that Twitter's got that the others don't. So, yeah, like that's my situation
Smite
too. Is
them.
that once some certain features become available for the other platforms that Twitter has, Twitter's gonna get dead and buried.
What to do?
Like, it is going to actually crash and burn. It's crashing,
weakness.
and the only thing that's really keeping it afloat is some of the features on there that people have just gotten too used to having. In fact, I guess in that same vein, that's kind of the
Think later.
that's kind of the situation when it comes to most alternatives regarding a media sharing platform, be it social or video or live streaming.
Even
Like,
if I stumble, I'll get back up.
having a feature-heavy platform, or at least a platform that's got features that are a lot more user-friendly, tends to be the life and death of a given platform. Like, there have been many platforms that have come up that challenge a lot of the ones that do have a relative monopoly on a particular thing, but they don't end up lasting because, again, when one thing has the features that everybody looks towards, that makes it really tough
It's
to
my turn
want
now.
to change over because it's like you're too used to the one thing. You're too used to it.
My blade dances.
So, yeah.
Cleaning time.
But hopefully, you know, this, like, but a lot of other companies have been catching up, as it were, when it comes to that. So we'll see how things go in that front.
Right.
Yeah, it just sucks that
I'm starving.
it just sucks that it's even gotten to that point with all of the things going on. But at the very least, again, the lesson that can be taken from all this is that
Very well.
the lesson that can be taken from all this is just when owning a social media platform or making a social media platform, there's a lot of things you have to know. You know, you've got to know a lot of things, and you've got to trust your people. And if you can't do both of those things, I don't know. There's just as I mentioned, it's been an interesting case of just
Now
seeing
then.
how one change can cause a whole platform to just
Oh, dear.
fucking fall apart.
Let's have a look.
Anyway, how are you doing today, Combo? Hope you're doing well. I'm just gonna be getting this.
pray
I'm
away.
finally gonna be getting this fish that's been in this cave, and I'm getting that quest done.
Cleaning time. There!
I'm gonna do
Time to shine. You won't want to miss this. Yeah.
there.
Bravo! I won't back down. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Yeah, it's just been
May the sacred flame guide
like the
you,
thing.
or something.
Because the thing
like
is, a
that.
lot of platforms had shown promise before, but just, yeah, lack the features. Nowadays, though, I mean, shit, we're seeing real-time social platform almost battles as it is regarding certain sites. And I'm confident you all know some of the ones that I may be thinking of off the top of my head. And like, yeah, some of that stuff sounds neat, and I've even found a couple that sound pretty promising, but I don't know. It's hard to trust some of the things that have been promised as far as a potential, like, some of the things that have been shown with a lot of the platforms that I've taken a look at, and, you know, just stuff revolving around that has just made me think, like, that sounds good, but what's the catch, you know? Like, I've talked about alternative platforms and stuff with some friends, and, you know, how concerning this is because a lot of them tend to go and enjoy the content that is published on those platforms. I do that too. I'm a part of that platform. I'm on it right now.
The hunt is on.
And when I've expressed to them, like, yeah, here's my situation, here's what I've seen as far as alternatives go, they see this and they're like, huh, that's neat. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm too scared to want to follow through on a lot of it, you know? Like, you ever feel that? You ever just feel yourself kind of
Venomous chop.
shuffling on your back foot, as it were, to be like, okay, new platform of the timeline. What's
Ready?
your features? And
There.
what's the catch of your features, you know?
Oh dear.
And I hate that we feel this way sometimes about new platforms, but it just happens. It just happens.
Flames burn bright.
No on fire. Interesting. Ow.
Let's go.
So yeah, that's been kind of my thinking today, is just what,
Ready?
like, platform-wise,
Hang in there.
Thanks.
like, how much do I feel like I would want to put myself into a new platform?
Oh! A new beginning.
Okay.
Very well.
Well, that wasn't gonna work. Okay. Ow. Alright. I just got humbled hard. Yeah, that's just been my thinking lately regarding platform stuff, is just, I see these alternatives that come up and people are joining them in droves. Like, to the degree that I think Blue Sky, the Twitter alternative that I think is being helmed by a lot of the former Twitter staff. Ideally, I would like to ideally give that one a go, because it sounds like it may be what we need, you know? But what I miss in this conversation? Oh, just platform stuff. Just like social platforms and the alternatives, and how, you know, when a competitor arises that sounds like it can be too good to be true, the it's too good to be true mindset just keeps echoing in my head. Whether it be alternatives to Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or what have you. Also, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk's release today. I definitely heard. Told my friend Jordan that, Jordan from Open Couch, and he's excited about that too, because he also really likes Jet Set Radio, and hearing that game is essentially like kind of just like the Jet Set Radio third game that people have been wanting. I mean, yeah. This year's been kind of stacked for video game releases, and it's gonna keep being stacked. And it's also stacked for TV show releases, too. Anywho, so yeah, I was just talking about social platform alternatives and how tough it is to really want to, like, I in particular am seeing a lot of I see some platforms come up that, as I've said, when I see them, I just can't help but feel this sort of like furrowing of my brow, being like, I want to believe that this could be a actual viable alternative to platforms that have become so complacent in their hugeness. To, you know, the competition that will light a fire under their ass to actually make some decisions to keep their business afloat and people staying. Because that's the thing. Without people to interact with your platform and view the ads that fuel the ad revenue, or to subscribe to a particular service, and things along those lines, you know, a lot of them don't have a platform with that. That'd just be a hub of ads, kind of like an old website that's not maintained anymore. It just be kind of turned into a like a spyware app, you know, like just that may be in Twitter's future if they keep doing this shit. I mean, shit, it may be in Twitter's future already, but it's like any alternatives that come up, like, they have to compete against a lot of this hugeness, and the features that can be there are, like, it'll either be missing features that people have gotten too accustomed to, or, like, they'll have all the features and offer all of these splits, especially if they're a live streaming platform in a similar vein to this one, and people just be like, ugh, but what's the catch? You know, how are you able to do this? You know, how are you able to afford this kind of float? How are you able to keep your business afloat? You know? I don't know. Like, that, it's hard to ever really trust a budding company sometimes. It's hard to trust companies, period, nowadays. Blue Sky is an example brought up, but I'm speaking more along the lines of, like, social media platforms as a whole. Live streaming, social media based sharing, like Twitter, Facebook, etc., YouTube. Like, when I'm speaking in a general sense of when an alternative arises that seems like it could genuinely be to the betterment of a lot of content creators, it's hard to feel like you can actually trust it when they claim, like, oh, we can claim, like, this kind of revenue split, or we can claim this amount of exposure. Our algorithm's not going to bury all of your posts. But it's like, but I sit, like, I'm like that Thor meme, you know the meme of Thor from the Marvel series, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where he's kind of like looking at somebody with his brow furrowed, and he's like, is it really though? Like, are you like, is this it? Is this really, can I really trust you? You know, can we really trust, like, a lot of the words that are here? Or is this going to be another situation of, like, you try and be the new thing, but your platform dies in, like, a few months or a couple years, or even or it sticks around for a while, but it just never gains traction because of how niche it is. I don't know. It's because there are a couple platforms, like Blue Sky is one of them, but there are other platforms that I have considered potentially hopping towards that. Like, I mean, across the whole thing, not just on the live streaming front, but it's just, you hear a lot of the decisions made thanks to the complacency of these larger companies, and you're like, man, we don't need this. And, like, the question can come to being like, why are these large companies getting complacent? Why are they complacent in making these stupid decisions? And the answer is because it needs to satisfy the shareholders, not like satisfy the shareholders and make the consumers happy. It's, we need to make changes to look good in front of our shareholders so that we don't lose our funding. And if that's the detriment to the consumer, where else are they gonna go? We're the one place that does this thing. It'd be like, it's like it'd be like, okay, think of it like this. Imagine that there's a fast food place that serves chicken and waffles, a combination that people didn't expect to work, but apparently does, especially in the South. And it's the only chicken and waffle chain place in the country, and it's like really, and it's tasty enough when it starts out, and for a few years it's riding high, but then it gets huge, like global huge. And in this global hugeness, they make a lot of changes to certain parts of their formula or what have you, and it's not something that a lot of people agree with, but where else will people go for a chicken and waffle place? And, you know, the executives in that company for the chicken and waffle place are like, well, we have a monopoly on chicken and waffles, so why would we possibly want to be like, where else are they gonna go? You know, where are they gonna go to get chicken and waffles at 3 in the morning? You know, we're just trying to we're satisfying our shareholders. You know, the consumers don't matter to us, the shareholders do. And that's just kind of the mindset of a lot of them. So, yeah. Obviously, there are a lot more complications to that kind of situation, and a lot of behind closed doors discussions likely, but the sad fact is that's kind of the reality, is like a lot of these anti-consumer decisions are just thanks to that. The syrup is now packed with 60% more red 40 to give it that extra lovely bright color. Yeah. Well, combo, that idea would make it illegal in certain countries, right? Isn't red 40 illegal in like the UK or something? Let's see, red 40. I know it's bad for you. I mean, frankly, what super popular American treat-based stuffs isn't horrible for you? Frankly. Where is it banned? That's what I'm looking at. In the United Kingdom and Switzerland, red 40 is banned. Yeah. So, yeah, in some countries in Europe, red 40 is in fact banned. So, yeah, but a bit of an odd example to give out, but that's the best one I've got, where it's like, when a company is that huge and no alternatives are around, they are allowed to, like, any changes they make are for the sake of shareholders and to, you know, just keep their funding in. Like, that's just it. But as I said, some platforms lately, like the modern, in this day and age, like right now, there are some platforms that are cropping up in their betas and so forth that sound legitimately promising. It's just again, my hesitancy is more on like my hesitancy is just based on like, we've been burned by companies that promise a lot but ended up not fulfilling it all the way through. You know, how is this one gonna disappoint? You know, that's the sad fact of the mindset sometimes, where it's like, I want to hop in on this one because it sounds like it could work, but either by lack of features or lack of proper security or lack of just word of mouth to make sure it grows. I don't know. Anyway, let's get this fish. I'm gonna save again. Sorry for ranting. It's just that's been what I've been thinking about for the past few days. That's what I've been thinking about for a while, since the Musk takeover, and
what to do?
It's just a genuine. It's a genuine thing that it's a genuinely difficult thing that it needs to be talked about, you know? It needs to be, because this affects anybody that enjoys content online.
It's my turn now.
Anyway, aggressive slash.
My blade dances.
Very well. Low, rigid wings. Very good.
Aha, weak to ice, I see. In that case...
Great stuff, Temenos! Go on, then!
Yeah, like... Oh, that thing's weak to ice, too. I see.
Ready?
In any case,
Easy.
Here we go!
I just hope for the time that maybe I could get lucky and get myself one of those elusive blue sky codes, or because I'm on the wait list for that. I'm on the wait list for that platform, and you know, I'm not rushing anything regarding that because, you know, well, we can see how it goes, but I'm not chomping at the bit as it is to get onto it. But
then.
yeah, but I have to admit, sometimes the urgency has felt a little strong to be like, can I at least hear back?
It's my
I don't
turn
know.
now.
It's like the waitlist situation on that site feels like the equivalent of like the VIP list for a dance club or something. Like
Holy light,
Like, you
illuminate
get-
the darkness.
I don't know, because I'm seeing
May
a
the
lot of people
sacred
manage to
flame
get in the
guide
blue
you,
sky lately.
Or something like that.
Although apparently that platform is still like trying to add a ton of features potentially, which, yeah. That's just kind of the story of most of those platforms. Gotta wait for those features to get flooded in before it can be out of its beta and fully into the populace. Anywho. There's some fearsome fish what live in this deepest depths of this cave. They're called Delta Devils, and rightly so. They're clever things, though, and only eat a special bait. I retired from fishing some time ago, but let me give you a word of advice. If you're looking to catch one of those devils, get yourself some special bait before heading in. Do you have a special bait? Yes.
Time for some questioning.
I'll interrogate him, too. Yeah, hope nothing goes bad and it ends up being an episode of Internet Historian.
Very well.
I hope that this shit happening with Twitter is taught in business classes or social media marketing classes,
You won't be needing that.
app development classes, all of them on the everything across the board. I hope this
Where was
becomes
I?
a true lesson in telling people, hey,
Let's have a
this is not how you run a fucking platform. This is if you're ever getting acquisitioned by somebody,
To work.
like, just make sure you have your contracts in
Let's
place to
have-
not get fired the way that you have. And also maybe make sure with your buildings land surveying or something that you don't put a stupid obnoxious X
Where
that
was
could
I?
potentially cause seizures. Because I know you all likely heard about that
Let's
one.
have a look.
The notorious X sign causing
Very well.
the notorious X sign that is
Let's have a look.
that caused that needed to get taken down because it was flashing at a residential building across the street.
To work.
It's like everything Muskrat touches just seems to
Flames
be
burn
the
bright.
worst decision ever. Like anything he ever puts his mind to ends up being the worst decision ever because he doesn't consult anyone on it. And anybody that he does consult with is
Very well.
just as complicit
Flames
with
burn
his ideas
bright.
because fuck it, he's paying them. Ugh. It's just,
Oh dear.
I'm giving myself a headache thinking about
Flames
this.
burn bright. Marvelous.
An old man who has lived his life for one thing, fishing. He has spent long years devising and refining idiosyncratic techniques for catching ever larger fish. Only he knows how to make the special bait required to catch them. When it comes to eating, though, he actually prefers meat to seafood. Well, that's irony.
Very useful.
Yeah, I'm I just, yeah, like, I've got nothing else to really say to add to that situation other than this shit's fucked on that platform, possibly to an irreparable extent. I don't know how, like, a start for Twitter to recover is to get that man to stop making decisions for them, or to try and put decisions forward. Here, I think I need joints cracked. I need cracked joints. I do need cracked joints.
My prey awaits.
Yeah, I got so strong on ranting, I completely forgot about hydrating. Thank you, Ariane. I need that. But yeah, like it's just aggravating, really. Hello, hello, Ariane. I hope you're doing well today. Or night, I think, is in your time zone. Now I shall move on again and wait for the next Signalis stream. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your night. Or, yeah, it's not... Wait, is it morning or night for you? I forgot. Ooh, sorry. I'm stretching my lower back. Oh. Oof. Alright. These aren't the monster I'm looking for, but that's fine. Weak to bow? No. It's morning and I'm opening up shop before my shift begins. Ah. Well, I hope your shift's okay. Hope your day is at least a calm one.
Smite them.
No enlightening, really.
What to do?
Knife?
There!
All right.
Sword?
My blade dances.
No. What is with these things? What is your weakness?
Over here. Whoops.
What to do?
Wind?
Wind blow!
No.
Let's go.
Axe?
Got it.
Yes.
Time to shine.
Spear?
Here.
Yes.
Too slow.
Alright, and then we can use 10 minutes to get the last weakness.
Very well.
But yeah, sorry for getting on a bit of a rant.
Let's
It's just
have a look.
it's just a genuine, because a lot of artists I follow primarily use Twitter as a means of gaining clients and
To
contacting them and making sure everything's up to date. I use it to stay up to date on gaming news. Granted, I've branched to other platforms to learn news and news via world news and or gaming news. But Twitter's easy to get back to, you know? But nowadays it's, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Flames
I've
burn
been
bright.
talking about the stuff you've heard, most likely. It's just,
All right. I can do whatever I set my mind to.
yeah.
A graceful dance.
Like, what else is there to say that hasn't been said?
Playtime's over. Eat this!
Right. Go on then. Time to finish this.
My turn.
Now then. My blade dances. My prey awaits.
You know, I didn't realize it for a second. I thought that said spicy eel. It said spiny eel.
Now.
Oops. What's the skill on this guy? An all skill. Well, I'll take that. I'll take that, thank you very much. Whew. You see the strength rating on that thing? Whew. Alright, now how do I get that there new Delta fish? The ingredients are top secret. Well, how do I use it? Do I just have it in my party or what? Clever, retired from fishing, word of advice. Yeah, like that. Sorry, but yeah, that's what I've been kind of thinking all day about this whole thing.
May I have this?
Although hearing about a lot of game releases though have been
Here we go.
like game and show releases, because I hear the Percy Jackson TV series also got a release window for December this year, which I must say way sooner than I thought it would.
Act
Like,
first, think later.
I genuinely thought that show would
Cleaning
probably take a
time.
bit longer to release, but no, sure enough, we're getting it in October, which, I mean, I was not much of a Percy Jackson reader when I was in middle school. I didn't really read books until I got into the Witcher series, like post Witcher 3. But I heard a lot of good things about it, you know, and
Yeah.
I heard from a good friend of mine, like, yeah, Percy Jackson's really good. I
work.
recommend it highly. And
Flames burn bright.
the only other thing I knew about Percy Jackson was that the movies are not good.
It's my turn now.
At least, well, they're okay if you're not comparing them to the books. And this new Disney Plus series is
That's
apparently
all.
going to be more book accurate, which,
Ready?
you know, that sounds good. Like, I just hope that they actually follow through on that and it doesn't end up being another Witcher TV series situation. Because I have some fucking strong feelings about the Netflix Witcher series.
Here we go.
Like, nothing... Like, I'm not damning the whole thing, but... Well, some probably would want to damn the whole thing, but...
I owe you, Ochet.
I don't know, like... I haven't even seen
It's
Season
my
3
turn
because
now.
of how Season 2 made me have a sinking
I wasn't
feeling.
expecting that.
Like, the sinking feeling stems from how they... Now, my memory could be faulty, but I believe they changed some plot elements and they added a new plot element into the Witcher Netflix series that is, I think, entirely new to the show. And as somebody that really enjoyed the books, this kind of rubs me the wrong way, I'll admit. So, yeah. It's just...
Time to clean up the filth.
Is this it? Is this the fish?
Cleaning time.
Damn it! How do I get this Delta Devil? Because I have the special bait, so I don't know how I'm supposed to... Am I supposed to get the devil?
Where was I? Smite them.
My prey awaits. Huh, got it.
Okay, weak to bow.
Now then.
Spears? No.
Too slow.
Ow!
Ow.
What to do?
Oh. Oh, that's what that was. Okay, so it's... Alright. I was like, am I missing something? Sure enough, I was. I was meant to go back down the ladder. Alright, so this is all superfluous. Sorry, like, I would have been up there for a while. If, like, I thought it'd be a random
Let's
chance
go.
thing, like trying to find a legendary beast or something in Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Huh? There. Now then. My blade dances.
Oh dear.
Wait to
Flames
fire?
burn bright.
No.
It's my turn now. I can do whatever I set my mind to. My blade dances.
Ready? Playtime is over. Aber, Prince of Thieves. Who's next? And so it goes.
I just like the idea that we're actually fighting on tiny little boats. And then the boats follow the pro tags when they're doing all this cool particle-affected attacks. Alright. So now I know what to do. I'm supposed to go this way and then save. Yeah, I didn't, like... So there was a dark shadow in the water, and I thought, like, oh, that's probably just an odd error or something. Nope, that's the thing I'm supposed to be fighting. Where is it?
May I have this chance?
Another one! Ooh, we're getting...
What to
Ooh, we
do?
have ourselves a lucky time today. All right. I doubt I'll get it, but...
You're too kind.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It's gonna flee. Yep. Damn it.
It's my turn now.
All right, maybe that'll speak to
Forgive
some
me.
luck today. Who knows? Maybe during some more
Let's go.
sessions to catch everybody up to the levels for the chapters, maybe we'll be lucky. Who knows?
Where was I? Take that! Yeah.
Cleaning time. There!
My prey awake. All right. Whew, I'm hungry.
Now, where was this? No, where was the dark shadow again? It was somewhere around here. Is that it? No. There's a said fish-shaped thing. What did it say again? Oh. Okay, I see now. East.
I suggest you get out of my way.
Alright, now can I escape from this fight? Because that motherfucker with the big stone axe is scary. In any case, it's good that I saved before I did this in case I lose the fight.
My turn.
Damn it.
Throne.
There we go. Alright. So we'll heal up Throne. Alright. So it was... There it is. You glimpse the form of a giant fish. Use special bait. Yes. Yo! Look at this Jaws-looking sprite.
Right.
Dude! Look at this fucking thing. Wow. Okay. I'd like to actually poison it.
Venomous chop.
Nah, I didn't think it'd be weak to axes.
My turn.
I did poison it though, so that's good. Weak to knives? Yes.
Where
Nice.
was I?
Analyze.
Let's have a look.
Okay. Okay, weak to lightning. It's done.
Now then.
Doesn't have that much health.
Forgive me.
There.
Too slow.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
My
Yeah, we
prey
are.
awake.
Look at God, look at this thing. The level of detail in this thing is really impressive. Like, the fact that it's not just one row of teeth on this thing too. It's like I'm counting 3 rows. That's oh. God, I love this game's. I love these HD 2D games so much. They're so cool.
Go on then.
All right, enervation.
Cleaning time.
Okay, it debuffs the enemy. All right, good to know. I just wanted to see what that did.
You're too kind.
Broken.
Where was I?
And then Temenos, you can do this.
Study Aliphan's teaching.
All right.
You can... do
Just a
that,
little,
actually,
okay?
because I have an idea. I have an idea for this one.
What to do?
Playtime is over.
Heavy-footed, aren't you?
Yep, didn't even need it.
And so it goes.
And there we go. That was way easier than some of the enemies in here. Hey. And now we can go back to New Delsta and give that guy the fish. Yeah, that was way easier than I thought it would be. I thought that'd be way harder. Alright, so I think it was the tavern cook, right? Yeah. Hey, man. Plop. Is this a legendary Delsta devil? I'd heard of him before, but never actually laid eyes on one till now. This is downright sensational. Customers will be lining up to have a bite of this. Or customers will be lining up to have a bite of this. Our days of mediocre sales are over. Woohoo! Alright, what did I get as a reward? Thanks to you, the new menu has been a sensational success. We served that Delsta Devil fried, salted, and simmered, boiled it, mashed it, stuck it in a stew. It was even delicious raw, sliced right off the bone. Now I've got no shortage of customers coming in. But guess what? I served that devil up with some noodles, and some customers said they liked that even better. Maybe it's for the best, though. After all, it would have been tough keeping up with demand for such a rare fish. In any case, business is booming. I can't thank you enough, friend. Alright, what did I get? Chef's ladle and a master rod. Hold on. Are those any good? Are those any good? Well, let me try something. Let me do a little something. Oh. Oh, those are really good. That's really good. So that probably means... Whoa. Yeah. Blah. Blah.
Dad, why'd you fish up a Delsta Devil?
It's because I needed to do a side quest, Bobby. Okay, I forgot about that dagger. That's right. I completely forgot about the Marietta dagger for Throne A. Yeah, that was a real... That's a big attack boost. Please let it be a joke weapon that's actually shaped like a fishing rod. I would find that so funny. One of those you see. I do not know what I'm talking about. It's a plum. I'm not giving you my fucking plums. No. Still don't know how to solve that quest out. Well, I'm glad I got that quest finished, because that was bugging me for a while. Present to my son, beloved Catherine. The clock tower one, I'm not entirely confident on in terms of the solution, because I thought I had the idea, but I guess I didn't. Window repair. Okay, so I need large soulstone of ice, I think, and I literally have all of the ones except ice. Like, literally all of the ones except ice. Let me check. Yep, I'm literally missing ice. Just ice. I don't know where to get one. But, I can hold off on that. for a second. I want to check something. I don't have a speed one. Well, how about we do give some invigorating nut. Oh, it's SP. I'm dumb. Temenos, you take some of that. Kind of dole that out gradually. Physical attack. Fiona could use some of that. Agnia could also use some of that, since I made her to a warrior. Elemental attack. 1 to that and 1 to Oswald for certain. Elemental defense, accuracy. Accuracy has not really been that much of a problem for me lately in this game. Alright. So we're still missing a book for one of the quests. We've got a lot of other things, too. Bourgeois boy. And then there's the lighthouse. I think I know how I can get the lighthouse one, though. I think. I'm not confident, but I think. If I just go to Canalbrine...
I'll take.
Let's see, level 31, 32. This may be where I should change out some party members as well.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I've already taken a ton of this stuff from people. I think I'm gonna change out Ochet for Hikari for the nighttime info bribery thing. Alright, well everybody's at level 31, which is good. A lot of these NPCs I learned about in the daytime. You I haven't, though.
I have a request.
Easier inquiries. Ooh, a writer who roams the town by night. He claims this because his stories are born while the world sleeps, but it is actually because his unhealthy work habits have inverted his sleep schedule. The health downsides have not escaped him. Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, no. I've grinded on my writing day and night, and now my sleep schedule's irreparably fucked because of it. Yeah, you have already done, you have already done. Okay, Lucien's house does not have anything in it. You know, I mentioned the logic of this when I first went through this as Temenos, but could you imagine having to, you know, commute to your work via boat because your house is like just separated from the rest of the town like that? I don't, and your shop as well. Like, imagine this is your work commute of having to row yourself over to your shop. Like, aren't you worried about flooding? Alright, I have not been in the lighthouse, actually. I want to see what's up here. Because Woodcutter's great axe. Is that good? I don't know. I can't check anyone else's stuff. Alright, well, the idea I have is I'm gonna get on my ship, and from my ship, I'm going to go to the little island that's over here, which I think may be another lighthouse. We'll see, but I think so. Dragon vase. That may be the treasure that the, Are you here during the day? You are. What's the chances on it? Not as bad as I thought. Hey, look at that. Alright, there we go. Now I have a dragon vase. Ice Stone! Finally! I can finally fucking do that quest for the cathedral! Oh! Alright. Fucking, like, dropping it all. Finally, I can do that quest that's been just sitting there for so long for me. Huh. Also, I saw that the quest marker thing showed, like... hold on, wait, what was... what? It was, like, plans from that era for one of them? Do I have any quests that need a dragon vase? Not you, not you, not you. No. 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 Okay, the wishes, her thing I need to handle. Damn thief, no. Decaying temple, no. No, it's plans though. Probably not the vase. Excuse me for 1 second. I need to go check something real fast. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I've mentioned this before, but one of the toilets in my house, the stopper doesn't close all the way sometimes because the chain like gets caught on it. So occasionally I'll have to like jostle the handle of it to make sure that the water's not continuously flowing. It's just a thing that I have to check every now and then, because it sucks because and I've attempted to fix it by either lengthening or shortening the chain on it, but I feel like that thing needs a whole new chain or something, because it is just stubborn either way. And it's not every time that it happens too, which is the most annoying part. I don't know. But yeah, but anytime I ever pause for like a quick second, it's because I can. It's so that I can fix that, so that our water bill does not go up, because that wouldn't be very good. All right, so we'll deliver these stones to this person, and then we can take care of the lighthouse thing that I suspect, as I was saying, is over here. This tower right here in this little alcove spot thing may be what I'm looking for. Alright, here are your soul stones. Finally. Cool. Ah, at long last, the window is ablaze with light again. No less or more. No less or more beautiful than its predecessor. His holiness can rest easy now. And no more times will we have birds randomly flying into the cathedral. Thank you, traveler. These soul stones you gathered made all of this possible. You see, this window's remarkable beauty comes from the 4 types of soulstone used in its construction. To be specific, one crushes the soulstones into powder, mixes that with ash and limestone, and processes this into glass of every color imaginable. As is well known, this window is also an effective ward against evil. And this power, too, comes from the soulstones it contains. Not only is it one of the finest artworks ever created, it is also a sacred artifact, revealing the radiant light of divine protection. Has such magnificence and perfection ever existed in any other setting? To pose the question is to see the answer plainly, a resounding nay. Alright, man. I can see you've got a stained glass fetish. Not to knock it though, I do like the stained glass. It's cool. Stained glass look is always cool. I like the look of it. My apologies. I allowed my enthusiasm to get the better of me. I urge and entreat you, traveler, spread the good word about the wonders of the window to all you meet. Alright. 8,000 and a psychic staff, right? Is that what that said? Or a physics staff? I'm just getting a ton of upgrades. Alright. And the other one I can give Oswald the later. Huh. Just getting all sorts of good stuff.
I'll...
I like that for the path actions, with the characters' little voice lines, they echo. Like, it's dynamic. It's not just all one volume. That's interesting. Again, the attention to detail, not just in the sprite work, but in some other things in the game, are just impressive to me. Maybe... I just like it. I think it's good.
I have a request.
A seasoned Sanctum Knight who has been entrusted with the cathedral's night watch. He is well respected among his peers and is quite used to the nocturnal nature of the job, though it does make meeting people rather hard.
Interesting.
I've been trying to get back into the dating game as a Sanctum Knight.
I'll take it.
Though claiming that you saw a Bloodborne-style werewolf can definitely put people off. You already took your stuff. Alright. Wait, deep analysis?
Raise your weapon.
Wait, deep analysis?
On your guard.
Is this an analysis thing that Hikari can learn?
Now it begins. It's over. I still have much to learn.
Look at that pittance of experience.
You still have...
Reveal HP in two!
I
So
look
it
forward.
is just straight up analysis. Why didn't I find that guy sooner? Holy shit. Wow. Finding a lot of things today. Alright, peculiar tomes, that's still out of my reach. Plans of a ruined nation. I feel like the plans is going to be something different than a vase. All right, we've bumbled around enough. Let's get ourselves over to that little island. And as for the party that I may rock for Agnia's story, I'm thinking probably... I want Particio in because I want him to level up to his chapter's recommended level as quickly as I can, so level 35. And then for the others... Oswald's not so much. Temenos and Ochet's are in the 37s, though. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe before the next time I stream this game, I'm actually gonna do a little bit of off-stream grinding, just to, you know, make to make the grind of this a little more clean. A beastling from Totohaha who stowed away aboard the ferry to Canalbrine after taking an interest in the outside world. He has no particular plan for what to do next, but cheerfully assumes that things will work out somehow.
Interesting.
Human city, big, very big. Alright. I do also have the ability to explore on the seas, and we are closer to the level to get to do that. So maybe that's an idea too. Alright, is that the lighthouse I'm looking for?
I shall be your opponent.
Cleaning time. Bullseye.
Prepare yourself. My blade sings.
Ah!
Alright.
Very well. Smite them. Very good.
What to do? Easy.
There we go.
I take what I want.
Okay. Go in here. What's this? Sunken gold statue. Damn it! Okay, so I was wrong. That's not where I thought it would be. Look out for another lighthouse. There's a ghost ship.
I shall be your opponent.
These whales disturb me.
Don't
Predictable.
worry.
1, 2.
These little whale guys weird me
Ready?
out. Like, oh, it is just a fishing rod. I love that.
Now it begins.
Oh. That means that the staff that I'm going to give Oswald is just going to be a ladle.
My blade
Oh, I
sings.
love it. That's amazing.
Now then. My blade dances.
Oh dear. Flames burn bright.
Here I come.
Also, I don't know if this is like the third overworld area music that I'm listening to, but this is really good.
I fight for my friends. My blade sings.
Why is he
Time
only
to
doing 1
strike.
damage? Oh, maybe it's because he doesn't have a
Alright.
sword equipped. I'll have to check that in a second.
Yeah. My blade dances.
My turn. Easy.
To work. Flames burn bright. That's how it's done.
I think I may need to give Agnia and
Goodness. What a tantrum
different
that
swords. Alright, they're leveled up. Temenos is getting there. And Agnia I'm keeping in because she needs to be at level 34. Okay, yeah, that explains it. Well, Hikari... You have a better sword. Why was he doing such low damage then? Wait, I'm confused. Why is he doing such little damage? It's probably because of his job. That might be it. No, even... Am I looking at the wrong numbers? What is going on here? No, I'm not. Strange. That was weird, because he was only doing 1 damage. Maybe he needs that, maybe he needs that bolstering damage thing back. Give him that back, because, yeah, his current attack is not doing a whole lot. Okay, that's the town that we were at, Frochet and Temenos. Platinum Shield. Is that good? Ooh, it's very good. But I'm gonna give that to you. Invigorating nut.
Shall we? Oh dear. Flames burn bright.
Not fire.
My turn. Ah, bullseye.
Daggers, yes.
Here I come. My blade sings.
Oh, there it goes. There's his attack.
You did it, Hikari! There! Sorry! I wasn't expecting that.
Now. That's an island I can't get on. Because yeah. Gold nugget. I'll end up having a lot of money by the end of this. I can say, oh, lighthouse!
I'll do what I must.
What to do?
Maybe these things boosted their defense, and that's why.
Now it begins. My blade sings.
I guess these things just have a high
Time to
defense.
shine!
Maybe.
My blade dances!
Yeah, high defense. Alright.
Where was I? Flames burn bright. Very good.
This fight
Won't
dirty.
do.
Time to shine!
Oh, that's not good.
My blade dances!
Eat this!
Ow! Now then. You won't want to miss this! My blade dances!
What to do?
Here I come. I'll end this. I'm sorry.
Oh dear. I won't back down. Flames burn bright. That's
Glad I can
right.
cross the ocean relatively comfortably, because this is
Fighting is
this
not what
this
I
feature
do.
is genuinely nice to get to travel on water like this. Okay, Lighthouse Island. Ooh, skills. What do I want to learn? Yeah, surprise attack would be nice for him. And ensnare. That'd be really good. Nah. Ooh, there's a side quest on here. Get that. Okay. Save here at the save point. We'll loop around. I picked up a bottle on the shore the other day and found a letter inside. It said, "For Ruby and Timberane," on the outside of the bottle. Unfortunately, though, my husband and I can't leave the island to deliver it. If it's not too much, could you see that it gets to Ruby? I'll leave this in your hands. See? Wait. Oh, you're... Okay. A woman who moved to an island lighthouse to support her husband after he decided to become a lighthouse keeper. Despite the relative isolation, she does a remarkable job finding ways to be self-sufficient.
Interesting.
Hold on. Timberane. I think I've been there. Right? Isn't that, like, right? It's Candlebrine. Conning Creek. Wellgrove. Oh, right. That's the Casty mission. Forgot. What do you think of the lighthouse? Pretty bright, yeah? It's the new reflector I just installed. Genuine Almorite, that is. You bet I laid in a spare too. Never know when those things might break. Hey, man. Yeah.
Will this do?
The island lighthouse keeper. After a marine disaster that left him adrift at sea for days, a lighthouse's beam brought him safely to home. Once he recovered, he resolved to become a lighthouse keeper himself and is now a key figure in the shipping infrastructure between the east and west continents. Nice.
Interesting.
And this guy seems chill too, not like the lighthouse keeper in Dredge, who's just like all up in my shit, being like, "You're a pestilence. Wait, hold on. Does equipping more of those stack? Raises. Hold on. Does equipping more than one of those raise my chances of running into one? If so, that shit's. I didn't realize there was more than one of those things. Ooh. Sorry, that got me. That feels like the equivalent of getting a second shiny charm in a Pokemon game. All right, hey lighthouse guy, I've got your thing. I've got your thing. Yeah. A new reflector? Where'd you get it? No, that can't wait. That can wait. We have to replace the broken reflector first. My eyes! This light is a lifeline for sailors and fisherfolk. Now that it's fixed, everyone can put to sea with confidence once more. Allow me to express my gratitude on their behalf. Thank you. 12,000. Ooh, is that bandana any good?
Bandana.
We've been getting a lot of decent equipment. Case in point, we've been getting a lot of decent equipment lately. Critical. Oh, if anyone needs that. Yeah, let's give it to Hikari. Okay. Now, since I have him in my party, I think it would be a good idea to go back here and see if he can get the info for the lighthouse, for the clock tower thing that I need. Never mind, it's a daytime info thing. Did I learn about you during the night? I have. Maybe I already did learn the info. It's just the problem is I don't know, like, I found the route, so how am I supposed to tell them?
I'll take.
When Temenos reaches level 34, I think I'll change him out for Casti. So, was there any others that I can do? Washed up letter for Timberane, but I'm not going there for a while. Present for the Sun. Clock Tower. Catherine. Ruined Nation. Decaying Temple. Hold on, what was the wishes again? Need to go over here. Hey, isn't this the guy? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the guy that Chet met in the story that we had.
I'll
Yeah, nice to see you again. I didn't think he actually would move around. I didn't think he'd get out of the move around out of the village. I thought like after the story was done, he'd just stay there. Neat. Another one? Like, you know when you meet like an NPC that's like a one-off in a particular town and they just kind of stay there for the rest of their stay in the village? I thought that was what Palm was going to be. You know, I thought he'd be stationary at the village, but nope, he came over here. Interesting. Beastly Scarf. A third Octopath pot. How much of a chance does this help raise, though? That's the question. Because if it raises it a good amount, then there's a strong chance that
I'll take.
But yeah, it's neat that story NPCs... It's neat that story NPCs will actually, can actually go around to other areas. Cool.
I'll take that.
How dare they assign me to guard the gate? You might as well use a golden lance to dry your laundry. That would say... Alright. Let's sell some stuff, because I've got a lot of items. Hey, Particio, I think we found a new money-making method. Jesus.
I'll take that.
Alright, now is she here at night? Because if so, then I can double-check the list that she has. One of them was a crepe from New Delsta, which we helped with. You are here at night. To read the sequel to Adventurers of an Apprentice Cleric, New Delsta Crepe, to meet Roland the Floral Designer. Roland. Have I run into a Roland? I have one, so I did one of those things. Roland the Floral Designer. No, that'd have been too much to ask. Roland the Floral Designer. Dancer's Journal. Floral designer. Have I run into that guy? I don't remember if I have or not. Ugh. Shit. Washed up letter. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change out Hikari for Ochette I'll change out Agnia for Ochette real fast and see if she and Palm have any interactions with each other. I'm just curious. I want to see if she says anything to him. Change party, Ochette for Agnia. I'll change Agnia back because she's got the Octopath pod on. I can't believe I have 3 of those things now. What do for afternoon tea? Nothing, really. Okay. Thought there'd be an interaction there. Still, though, it's cool that they have NPCs from the story actually going out to different areas of the world. That's because we met him in we met him far north for Ochette's story.
I'll take that.
Do a little kleptomania.
I'll take.
Let's see. I already took stuff from you. So at night... Yeah, that's where the dungeon was. Can't believe all my best fish have been stolen again. That damn thief just taken it when I'm not looking. But it's strange, I keep watch till middle of the night and still don't see a thing. I just don't know where that sneak thief has the time to take my fish. It's tough. Alright, well, I don't know how to do that quest. So we'll hold off on that for a second. What are other ones that I've got? Present for the sun. I'm not gonna do the decaying temple thing until Throne's probably like level 50 or something. I don't trust I do not trust the level capabilities right now for me to go into that. Yeah. I'm gonna look up Roland the Floral person. Cause I feel like I've run into that character. I feel like I've run into that character before. I feel like I've run into him. Have I? No, it doesn't seem like I have. I'm not spoiling myself in any plot things, no worries. It's just for this side quest that I'm trying to be like, what am I looking for? But yeah, I guess not. Yeah, I'm not I also did a little looking up about something because the Live Alive fiasco that I remember hearing about through the grapevine, as it were, kind of made me nervous about, you know, posting through to the finale of this game, because I want to finish this game on stream if I can help it, but considering Square Enix's weird patchiness when it comes to allowing people to make content on their stuff, I mean, I was able to finish Final Fantasy 16 all the way through on stream and upload it to YouTube, but, you know, obviously for some games that's just not the case. So I was wondering if this game had a Live Alive-esque situation, and I looked it up, and
Cleaning time.
without spoiling myself, I found out that, in fact, no, I do not need to worry about it, which makes me very happy, because
Now then.
that would not have been ideal, because I like to finish games on stream. I like to
My blade
experience the whole thing with all of you, and if that ends up getting jeopardized, then I'm just sitting here like, God damn it.
Prepare yourself.
Oh dear. Blow, frigid winds.
Ready?
No on the sword.
Very well.
What are you weak to?
Let's have a look.
Axes, I see. Well, I don't have any of that.
Prepare yourself.
Time to shine. My blade dances.
What to do?
Weak to dark.
Darkness descend.
Open book.
Yes. Okay.
Now then.
Darkness. Interesting.
Forgive me.
My turn. The darkness approaches.
To work.
How about your other weakness?
Let's have a look.
Stabs. Okay.
That's all.
Ready?
Afraid of the dark.
Here I come. The darkness approaches.
And you know what? Now that I don't have to worry about using soul stones for that side quest
Time to
anymore,
shine.
I can just straight up, you know, do soul stone stuff in battles.
Forgive me.
That's all. Oh dear. Ha!
Throne. My blade sings.
Afraid of the dark.
See, that's your weakness.
It's my turn now. Here you go.
Thanks.
Repent.
Just do a little lightning.
Smite them. That's how it's done. Ah, goodness. What a tantrum that was.
Hikari's almost there. Okay, so I'm guessing maybe because I can see the hunter thing, it must be, yeah, there we go. Oh shit, chosen hunter. So I need to get Ochette out. So she can finally learn her EX skill. I still haven't gotten the hunter, like, job yet, though. That's the thing. That's the interesting thing. think I'll change Hikari out, because Hikari's at level 33. And Temenos is getting there in terms of levels. I may change them both out, actually.
I'll
Alright, where's the tavern? There it is. Alright, Ochette for you, and then Casti for you. Ooh, actually, yeah, let's equip you with that. And then check the equipment for everyone else. Oh, actually, let's give you the quartz rod, and you take the guardian's axe. Yeah, that works. Oh wait, shit. Equipment. Oh, okay. I can do it here at the tavern. I just wish I could do it at the shops. Okay. Well, that's good. It's good that they at least did that much. Octopath pot. I'm gonna change it out for... Yeah, you take the mighty belt. And yeah, you were equipped with all that. And you can take the third Octopath pot. Yeah, that looks good. That is nice, but... Again, I would still prefer just to get to change the equipment out and everything at the shops themselves, instead of, like, having to go back and forth and make sure that the equipment that I grab is up to snuff. But...
I'll take that.
That's at least nice getting to do that. I mean, maybe that was in the first game too, I don't remember. Ooh, one of those was good. Hey Ice, hope you're doing well. We just did some side quests, and we are going to get Ochette's ultimate skill. A boy with sea-colored eyes and a mysterious intuitive feel for how the weather and waves will change. Even the most experienced sailors cannot match the accuracy of his predictions, and he is held in great respect by all whose lives depend on the sea. But yeah, we've done a few things. We've done some quests. Some other quests need to wait, though, in terms of getting to them in time. And we're just leveling up the characters a little bit and exploring, because I'm going to do Agnia's story next, and she needs to be level 34 for it. Thinking of stage conflict. So I need actors who really know how to brawl. Actors who can brawl. Like, do I need to get gladiators or something? I don't... That feels like something that I need for Hikari. Or it feels like I get a gladiator from Montwise or something. But yeah, we did, and we also talked a bit about the stuff that happened with Twitter earlier this morning, like, in terms of the announcement. Like, nothing's been followed through on. It's just... It's just like, I'm too... Knowing how things are, it feels like it may end up happening. Anyway, yeah, happy times. We're playing this, and then we'll get to play Agnia's story a little bit, and do all sorts of stuff. Alright. brawling, huh? So there's a fabled arena. I hope it's worthy of me. A young soldier brimming with confidence. He comes from a small remote nation where he's hailed as an undefeated genius in combat. After hearing of the arena while on his journey, he has come to test his skills he honed along the way.
Thank you.
Hidden item. I don't think you're who I'm supposed to search for. No. Well, anyway, let's get Ochet's super skill. All right. Chosen hunter, unto thee I grant new power. Indomitable beast. What does that do? It does raise your physical attack, evasion, and speed for wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty decent. That's a pretty decent skill. All right. So yeah, we also did a little bit of sea exploration, and that was quite a venture. Trying to think if there's anything else that I may be able to do before I attempt Agnia's story. I don't think there is. Well, I don't want to do Agnia's story yet because she's a little underleveled. So I'm gonna hold off on that. Let's just double check again on things. There's also this guy here who may or may not have stolen items.
May I have this dance?
But yeah, we ran into a grand total of 2
my turn now.
Octopaths. One escaped, but I managed to capture one as Ochet, and sadly I learned the hard way that I don't
My
get
blade
the
dances.
experience that they offer if I capture
My
it
turn.
instead of, you know, killing it. But I mean, it does a debuff on enemies when I use it, so that's
Here I
nice.
go.
It's just, I just did not expect to run, like, it was just really funny to me that it just happened that way.
Axe attack.
I'm terribly sorry.
Here we go. Come on then. All right. Right.
What to do?
Oh, and yeah, one of the quests involved us getting a gigantic fish. So now I have a fishing rod as a sword that's
There,
actually
eat
really
this.
strong.
All right. There. Sorry. I wasn't expecting that.
Need 2 more levels for her to be on level for her story. I didn't think that'd work. Are there any other quests? I am missing one of the tomes from this. I think it's The Curious Legend of the Great Wall. Stormvale, but I have not been to Stormvale. Or Stormhale, but it's over there. How am I supposed to... Yeah, I don't feel comfortable going to Stormhale quite yet, because that may be out of my wheelhouse level-wise. Yeah, I think a lot of my side questing has to be put on hold. I don't know where the hunter job is supposed to be, though. I'm gonna look up real fast, because I've gotten literally all of them except for the hunter. West of Tropuhopu, traverse between the Beastling Village and Tropuhopu in a little camping area not far from the Beastling Village side entrance. Oh. Oh, that's really... Oh. I see. So, okay. Alright, well now I know. Good. Good. So we can get the hunter job for getting people the hunter's skills. Because I think Ochet's job skills are actually pretty decent, right? Where's her stuff? And then we'll check the skills. Okay. Gained increased chance of attacking in first in battle. That I think will be good for Throne to have, so I think I'm gonna have to... I think I'm gonna give her that. Raising the equipped character's critical rate, raise the chance of encountering rare monsters, and 50% chance of acting twice when breaking a foe. So, yeah, good skills there. Good skills. I like good skills. Those skills be good. So I'm just gonna run from the fights here unless I run into an Octopath. Then I try and fight then I just try to kill immediately.
Let's play. My turn.
Alright, the anchorage. Wait. Was I supposed to head west from... Okay, no, I head west from here. And yeah, was that cave? Yeah, too strong for me.
Are you my next patient?
Here we go.
Okay, so then it was north of the area here. Yes, there it is. And there's the person. Loop around.
Time to clean up the filth.
All right.
Ready?
Oh, I don't have enough MP.
Afraid of the dark.
My prey awaits. Axe first, think later.
Oh my god! That axe! Like, I just noticed that. I just noticed the size of that. I do like that the weapons all have unique sprites too. That's really nice. Like, it's not just the same generic axe sprite for each of the party members. I just found that really funny. There's just this gigantic orange possibly flaming axe. It was funny.
Afraid of the dark.
Time to shine. Forgive me. Right. Axe first, think later.
Here I go. Axe attack. Now.
There we go.
Clean. Sorry, but I won't. There.
There.
Alright, you won't want to miss this.
Then she can do this.
My blade dances. Sorry. My prey awaits. Yeah.
Here I go. No mercy.
And then do that.
Forgive me.
Alright. Hunter job. Finally. Oh-ho, I'm surprised you managed to find this place. This is the Hunters Guild, and I am its master. I seem too young to be a guild master? Well, appearances can be deceiving. I'm actually 120 years old. Oh. More importantly, if you found this place, that means you have promise. I hereby recognize you as one of us. I look forward to seeing what you can do as a hunter. And there we go. Actually, wait, we haven't even explored up north here. What is here? Alright, what are your sprites? Wait! They get ears and tails too? Interesting. Oh, her speed gets cut badly, though. It'll be worth it for the skill that I get for her, but... They just get ears and... They become beastlings when hunters. Alright. Interesting. Wow.
Come and get me.
Like, that's really
Need
unexpected.
time.
All weak attackers. Cool.
Too slow.
My prey awaits. Axe first, think later. Now then. There.
Well now. Axe attack. Now.
Here we go. Axe first, think later.
Impressive.
There.
Well,
There.
forgive me.
Sprightly bracelet. Ooh. Yeah, add skills to all for 3 turns. Alright. Well, that's that for the dancer for Throne. Let's work on her as a hunter now, to get her that chance of getting first in a battle. Then it's not going to be a ton, but it'll be something. It'll be something at the very least for her to do damage with an axe. Yeah, I didn't realize that they... I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, they just get the clothing and the bow and arrow. No, you just get... Alright, you get cat ears and tail... Or the beast ears and tails. Interesting. Alright, what's this way?
Time to clean up the filth.
Ugh! First off, ew. Second
go.
off, I saw that number. Level 45. No. No, 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 no.
Axe first, think later.
Ready?
Here I go. Axe attack.
All right. Forgive me. This is my chance.
You know, for having 3 Octopuffs on, I'm not really getting any more of
A
them.
graceful dance.
There!
Right.
My RNG is not being very kind to me about finding
Axe
Octopuffs.
first, think later.
Is that strong? It is stronger than the Snow Yak.
Ow!
Alright. Heightened senses. Which one was that one? Yes. For 3 turns at the start, put speed. I'm gonna go with, yeah. Because Throne hasn't really been hit with that many effects that have been strong on that front. Alright, well that's that. I got the Hunter job, which is good. And we've gotten all of the altars, so we have all the altars, all of the jobs, which is nice. Good that we finally got that. So now... we don't really have any other side quests that we can really do. I don't know what I can do for the Tropuhopu guy, because we have 2 quests in this town. One is helping this guy's person get to sleep. Like, actually have proper sleep.
Good enough.
I could try that. See if that does it. You helped him get to sleep, did you? You have my thanks. I was at the end of my rope trying to figure out what to do. Here's hoping it's enough to get him out of bed on time. You leave the rest to me. I'll make sure he gets home all right. Alright, did that work? Almost time to cast off. So where the hell is he? Just how much sleep does he need? This guy's a... So yeah, the whole line with this guy is like that he's... Hold on, I'll let the inquiry speak for itself. Apprentice fisher who has dreamed of fishing for a living since his youth, but has trouble getting up on time and is frequently late. Anxiety about this issue keeps him up so late that he oversleeps even more following the day. So he can't sleep because he's too anxious about getting enough sleep. Like he's anxious about getting up on time. Maybe I could do it during the day and knock him out?
Come on, then. Let's go.
Just sick my monsters on him.
Come on, then. Whoops. I'm hit. Sorry. All right.
Wow, confusion to win.
hungry.
Alright, see if the daytime version does it. At the end of my rope. Sees that he gets home safely. Boss! It was during the day. That's when I needed to do it. That's when I needed to do it. Well, well, look who's finally rolled out of bed on time. I got plenty of sleep last night, so I'm ready to go. It seems I need more sleep than the average bear. Which is why I need to get to bed as soon as we return to port from now on. But that leaves you with no time for yourself. Nonsense, I love being on the ocean, and I have lots of time to stare at the waves between hauls. You're a real man of the sea, aren't you? Well, I'm glad we could figure this out, and it's all thanks to you, traveler. So I had to use either Hikari or Ochet's skills. Finally, got that one done. So that was the clue all this time. A craftsman who makes sailing equipment. He worries about his niece, who works as a shipbuilder, but keeps her colleagues at arm's length. He always struggled with interpersonal relationships himself and knows how difficult this can make life.
That was very...
An old man who moved from the Crestlands. After long years in the mountains, island life is fresh and wonderful to him. He spends his days roaming the beaches, inspecting the various things that wash up.
Thank you.
Cool. Do you have anything on you? Yes. Ooh, good pearl. All right. Getting a lot of stuff. Alright, so 2 more levels for Agnia to level up. Or for her to be on level for her mission. I could do it now, because like, it's only, like, 2 levels, but... I don't know. I forgot where the inn was. There it is. I mean, we could try, and if I go out at night, I'm more likely to run into one of the octopuffs potentially. Alright, so we'll turn on nighttime and see if we can get ourselves some octopuffs. I doubt it. And if in the end I can't find any, maybe it'd be better if I just went ahead and did it.
Hunt or be hunted!
Not an octopuff, but that's also good.
Cleaning time.
That works too.
You're too kind.
Yes! Got it!
Right!
Sorry, those things are pretty goddamn tough to get along with octopuffs. Oh! Sorry, I was really happy to finally get one of those bastards. Ah. Oh, this may be it. That may be what gets me... That may be what gets Agnia to level up a little bit. Even if it's just 1 level, I think I'll do it. I think that'll be enough.
Axe attack.
Holy shit!
Cleaning time.
Darkness descend.
Who's next?
It's my turn now. My blade dances! Right.
There we go. Then Casty. Oh, never mind. Oh, you're stronger than than that one.
Now let's grab some food.
Ooh, yeah. Not as much as the Octopath, but you know what? I think 33 is can be plenty. Holy shit, though, that immediate luck. I'll take it. All right, so I was planning on Particio being a part of this because I want him to level up to match the situation. So I'll have Agnia, Particio, Throne, and Casty. Let's get Particio's equipment up. See if I can do that. Yes. Excuse that hiccup. No. 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 That's fine. There. And I think I may want to change his job to... Oh, wow. Yeah, they all just get ears and tails. Okay. What do I want to make him into? You know, him as a dancer wouldn't be bad, I think. Although it does cut his attack by a chunk. You know what? Before I do Agnia's story, let's check the inventor and see if I have items for any of the skills / inventions yet.
Let's have ourselves a showdown.
Yeah, I'm not gonna need to fight any of these.
Now then.
Like, unless an Octopath pops up, I'm not gonna bother. Oh, I just remembered that. Well, Agnia and Throne both have one. It should be okay.
Hey, a customer.
What to do?
Now.
Let's play.
Well, I mean, also it should be said that if I maybe should keep some of the accessories that aren't Octopath related on. Maybe I should swap that out on Throne and Agnia when I start her story too. That might be a good idea. Okay. Yes! Finally! Okay, I can get this one. I've done it! My third invention! The critical scope is finally complete! By combining powerful lenses, I've created a scope that can easily take the measure of its target in great detail. Its magnificent magnification prowess also makes it possible to determine the composition and structural strength of the object in question. That's another invention flawlessly finished. I dare say my genius is... Part of me wants... I don't know shit about Top Gear, but I want to do the voice of that one guy who goes, "It's almost like my genius is... It's almost frightening. And now that you've seen the master at work, you know how to craft it yourself. May it aid you on your journey." I think his name's Jeremy from Top Gear. "Thanks to all the materials you brought me, my inventing is continuing apace. I cannot blame you for being utterly charmed by my genius, and I am as well." He's kind of got a Ringo Starr-ish sort of sound to his voice. Tin toy mythical horn, don't have that. No. And I need a great blade. But I don't have a great blade. But I did get one of the skills. I'm keeping Particio as an inventor. It just fits him too well. Alright. Now we can do Agnia's story. So the last time we left off on Agnia's story, she was in one of the towns because she was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to find lyrics to this song that that I was tasked to do."
I'll take a gift.
And then she learned of a gala, and she's like, "Oh, I want to join the gala. I want to see the gala for my own eyes."
I'll take it.
Which, you know, it just kind of more wandering, I guess, in terms of the story. All right, chapter 4. But I don't think the gala's
So
where it's.
this is Sai, the town where Mama performed.
That's right. She heard that her mom performed here, and she wanted to visit this before the gala. So she may have a chapter 5 underway.
Giselle was here not long ago, so perhaps someone knows something. Excuse me,
Is something the matter, miss?
would you happen to know of a dancer who was here about 20 years ago?
Oh my, 20 years is quite a long time. This place has changed so much since then. Perhaps you should check the old quarters in the east.
I will.
Oops. It's a statue of her mom. I thought it was
my.
Primrose, I think.
Is that...
No, it is a statue of her mom. Oh.
That pose looks just like... the moon step. Could this statue be...
Out of my way, old lady.
old?
I'm in my 20s. That's not... I'm in my 20s and therefore old in anime terms.
Take this, and that, and one of these.
Oh, no.
That ought to do it.
Lila, what are you doing? We've had just about enough of your mischief. And to make matters worse, you've defiled Mother's statue.
I think she looks better this way.
That statue is a symbol of our hope.
Like that matters in this town. We have no money, no good food, nothing. There's no hope for us here.
You brat!
This gloom doesn't suit a desert town at all. But I know a way to brighten up the place.
What are you doing?
Watch me shine!
I don't know what that was, but I think you'd best be on your way.
Oh, whoa. Okay. That was unexpected.
Clean up that statue, Lila.
What?
What was that just now? You were spinning around so much it made me dizzy.
Oh, do they not know? Oh, is this Footloose Town? Is that what this is?
It was a dance. Was it your first time seeing one?
Dance?
Lila!
Darn, Gramps found me.
Oh, that girl sure can run.
She'll come home when she's hungry. More importantly, that was a beautiful dance, young lady.
Thank you. It seems the other townsfolk didn't quite agree, though.
Nonsense. You were a sight to behold.
You must be tired from your journey. You're free to rest your feet at our house, Miss...
Please, call me Agnia. But are you sure?
We certainly are, Agnia. In fact, we insist. After all, something about you feels familiar.
So what's the banter gonna be for this? Banter. Just a bit of banter. Oh no. What's the matter, Agnia? Well, you see, I stumbled when practicing a new step and... What? Let me have a look. It's a minor sprain. Hold still while I treat it, okay? You're too kind, Casty. Thanks for always taking care of me. You don't need to thank me. So how does it feel? Much better, thanks to you. Much better, thanks to you. Now I can keep practicing. Don't push yourself too hard, you hear? I wouldn't want you to sprain it again. Got it, Mama. Mama? Oh. Got it, Mommy! But buy some candy with this, son. The name's Particio. Here, take this. Hey, Particio, why do you give a coin to everyone you meet? It's a mercantile investment. I want folks to remember my face. But isn't that a lot of money? I don't mind. The devil called poverty taught me the weight of a single leaf. So I'm happy to let the burdens of others even just a little. That's wonderful. I'm sure you've made lots of people smile that way. You're a real shining star, Particio. I'm apt to float off and join them in the big blue with how light my coin purse is. Even your coin purse is a star. Particio would be the kind that would 100% like... he'd 100% give like probably $20 to he'd invest in like, you know what, I forgot where my joke was going with all of that. I don't even know if it was a joke. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Grandma! Grandpa! Welcome home!
Thank you. Were you good boys and girls while we were out?
Who are all these children?
They're young ones from all over town. We watch over them when their parents can't. There aren't many jobs to be had here, so their parents leave in search of work.
Is she a new friend? Whoa, that's amazing!
I do like the animation
She's a
that's done
traveling
for Agnia's
dancer.
dancing.
You're all too young to know, but another dancer visited this very town 20 years ago. She was a kind-hearted woman named Kwani.
That was my mother!
Oh? It's no wonder you felt familiar. You look just like her.
It makes me happy to hear that you remember her.
As if we could forget. Kawani was only passing through, yet gave from her own pockets to help us. She took care of us like she was our own mother. The townsfolk built a statue of her so that they'd never forget the hope she gave us.
I thought it was Primrose from the first game or something, but I was wrong.
So that statue is of my mother. I can't tell you how happy that makes me.
She met a little orphan girl while she was here. And she taught her how to dance. That little girl never stopped dancing, and now she's famous for it.
I think that was the journal I found.
A famous dancer?
Pardon me. I thought I told you to leave.
You again? No matter how many times you come around, our answer won't change. This town is all we have left.
This is our home. I beg you to reconsider.
I've seen her before.
We paid a lot of money for this land.
Oh.
Which makes you no more than trespassers. My liege was gracious enough to give you time to leave. But no longer. I will force you out if I must.
Stop! I won't let you lay a finger on my parents.
Lila!
Get lost, you big oaf. Don't you have someone else to bully? I can't imagine what you'd want with a garbage heap like this.
Let the others know there will be no mercy next time. You've been warned.
That's the bodyguard of the star dancer.
Thank you, Lila.
Oh wait, is that the journal that we found? Oh shit.
Lila. Didn't I tell you already? There's no hope for us here.
Lila!
Did she run away again? At a time like this? You spoil her too much, Platt.
Lila was an orphan. She was abandoned when she was little, so we took her in and raised her as our own. But her heart's been closed off ever since, and all she ever does is make mischief around town.
She always says that there's no hope here. I wish we knew how to make her happy.
I have to do something.
Dude.
I have to find Lila.
Alright. No banter? I'm gonna check something. Ooh, hold on. Who has support skill to equip? Oh! Oh. What's this? The equipped character will act first at the... Oh! Okay. So I could give that to... Oh, the full power thing. That's one of the... I don't really need the money. Okay. I now know why that's a good support skill for Inventor. That's really good. Holy shit.
What am I doing? Soon this town will be nothing but a memory. And a bad one at that. There was never anything fun to do here. fun. So that was a dance. What? What are you staring at, you idiot?
I was just admiring your moves. I'm happy to see you've taken a liking to dance.
No, I haven't.
I can teach you if you like. What do you say, Lila?
What?
Your shoes. They're all tattered. You can't dance in those.
You have to get in metal plated tap dancing shoes, like that one commercial that I've been seeing with, like that one commercial I can't stop getting interrupted on, where it's the Irish tap dancer being hired to kill ants in a kitchen. Yeah, God, the YouTube ads stuff has been really, really bad lately, and that's one that I've been seeing, like, hop up around the... like, it's been... Like, that's the other thing about, like, the complacency of large platforms is, like, the invasiveness of the ads situation, where it's like, wow, sometimes, like, that's something that I can definitely praise Twitch about, is that at the very least, the ads feel better paced than on YouTube. YouTube is, like, goes maybe 5 minutes or so, and then like just a random 5-second ad will just crop in, and it's just something that is like not a fun watch, like, and it's like the same commercial that I tend to see. It's like, ugh, God.
Which means I'll just have to find you a new pair.
Hey! I didn't even agree to dance with you!
Never you worry about that. Just wait here, okay?
What's up with that lady?
See, I take it the big-time dancer wants to buy up this town in order to build a theater or something. Or maybe a gold statue of her or something, I don't know. That's a great blade. I know where to come back to.
I'll take it.
I know where to come back to for stuff.
I'll take good care of this.
These are just perfect. Can't wait to show Lila. All right. But yeah, that was the big time dancer's bodyguard, to who I'm guessing is just planning on muscling out every other person here. So kind of a Goonies situation.
I'll take good care of it.
72! 72!
Okay, you're not here at night. Wow! 72, holy shit! Okay, huh. Alright, well, that was a harsh lesson to learn. Looks like the late game stuff here could take me quite high. Alright, here's your shoes.
They fit perfectly. Thank goodness.
I guess they do.
Now then, let's begin. Just follow me. Your turn.
Fine. There's no need to get so excited. you crazy? There's no way I can do something like that.
Especially with how little I've eaten.
This is called the moon step. It's an advanced move, but I know you can do it, Lila.
I get it now. You just want to laugh at me, don't you?
Of course not. When I saw your moves, I knew. You've got the makings of a dancer, Lila.
I do?
But when you start, you don't need to worry about doing it well. You just need to have fun. That's the most important part.
But then the fun gets fizzled out once you make it into a career that you need to have a stable income with. And then, sure enough, when imitators and or people that just have the faster track to success come by, you then feel an imposter syndrome situation of your own dancing.
Fun.
Come on, let's give it another try.
Or even just getting to enjoy a hobby that in general. After some time,
That was amazing! You dance wonderfully, Lila.
That's the first time anyone's ever praised me so much.
Thank you, Lila.
Huh? What are you thanking me for?
It made me happy to see you have fun.
Don't be ridiculous. Wouldn't you be happier if I could do the moon step?
Huh?
When I watched you dance, all the bad thoughts in my head disappeared. And my heart felt warm. What's wrong with me?
Lila. What do you say we do it one more time, Lila? I did it! I finally did it! You did! You learned the moon step! It's proof that you worked hard. Harder than anyone. Dulcinea.
Yep, thought so.
Thank you, Miss Kalani. After I saw you dance, I decided someday I'm going to be a star.
Dulcinea is the person we encountered in the second chapter for Agnia.
Grandma!
That was a beautiful dance, Lila. It reminded me of Dulcinea.
Dulcinea? You mean the little orphan girl that my mother taught was...
That's right. Her name was Dulcinea. She used to practice here all night with your mother. I'm happy you found yourself a good teacher, Lila. Dulcinea said she was going to be a star, and now she is. But not everyone here is happy about that. After all, when it came to the townsfolk, that girl...
Come quickly! The town's in trouble!
What? I'll go check it out.
I'm going with you.
Alright, what have we got? I take it it's a goon patrol? The goon squad? Yep.
What do you think you're doing?
I told you there would be no mercy next time, didn't I?
Stop this madness! This town is our...
And sure enough.
Dulcinea?
Greetings, you poor little slum dwellers. Allow me to free you from your filth.
I don't care if you're a star, the moon, or the whole damn sky. You need to come back down to Earth and remember where you came from.
Unfortunately for you, my memory just isn't what it used to be.
Okay, poverty-stricken, wants to be a star, and is like, I'm saving you from the rubble by making you bask in my glory, even though you're now homeless.
Now go, Veronica. I will be watching the show from atop the hill.
Understood.
Because she acted cool, or at the very least
happening?
nice enough in the second chapter, but yeah, now she's showing up
I can
and
worry
being
about
like,
the
this
wise
is what I
after
really
put an
am.
end to this.
Let me help. I've got to teach these bullies a lesson.
I can tell how much you care for everyone, Lila. But you have to leave this to me. You get the other kids to safety, you hear?
Agnia. Okay, leave it to me. Good luck, Agnia.
I won't let you down.
Alright. So now we go confront her. Can I do any alluring? Little extra help. Polar ice? No.
Come on now.
Alright. Let's go do this. And I feel like the confrontation... I don't know, I think daytime fits the most. I thought that was it. I was like, that chest is there, and I feel like there should be something there, and I was right. Okay.
My turn. Axe attack.
What to do?
Bring it on. Catapult, go, go, go!
Time to shine. There, I did it.
You're a star, Agnia. Yeehaw!
My turn.
Alright, and...
Eat this! Well now.
I just love that the attack animation for the Master Sword, I just noticed, or the Master Harpoon rather,
expecting that.
is her casting the line out. Like she's swinging the fishing rod like it's like she's casting a line. That's amazing. Yes. Attacking first in battle. Critical rate by 50. Don't really need that. If anything, she's kind of okay now that I got that skill. So... I mean... maybe make her a merchant. Oh, but that cuts a lot of her stats down. What about her as a warrior? Cuts her speed down. It just seems like Dancer fits her the best in terms of like, because having the highest speed is the best for her for a lot of the attacks, especially her ultimate one. So I think that's, yeah, I think that's the idea.
You are a poison that must be purged.
Yeehaw!
Now then. My blade dances!
Ready?
Eat this! My turn.
Although there were some other... I'm debating now, like, do I...
Axe attack!
I'm just...
No, I think Dancer and Thief are good are a good combination for her. Turn all damage dealt to a single foe into critical? I've never seen the description of that. Oh.
Catapult, go, go, go! Do it! Time to divvy up the earnings.
Sorry, I saw that. I didn't see the skills description. Like, I got from the description that the critical scope maybe, like, increased something with critical and also analyzed, like, foe weaknesses. No! No! It does something a bit different than that. Whew. That's, oh, that is quite a interesting attack. Or skill. Yeah.
Here goes.
Are you weak to bows, actually? No.
Ready?
And honestly, giving her this allows her to use this move, which is pretty good for enemies weak to daggers. As well as all-around damage.
Alright.
So I'm gonna keep with that, actually.
There. One, two.
Well now.
Are these things weak to light?
Sacred flame, shine bright.
No.
Bring it on.
Are negotiations over?
Actually, wait, I may be wrong. Maybe it's this.
Ally, Throne.
I think it is actually the same animation as the sword swing, and I was just overthinking it. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I thought it looked funny because it looked like she was casting a fishing line.
Now, Pat, you won't want to miss this. There. Sorry. Wasn't expecting that.
She's close to leveling up. But I don't think she'll reach level 34 by the time we get to where we're supposed to go. Unless we run into an Octopath, but again, I don't think I'm that lucky. Yep, and there she is. So I'll likely fight her and her bodyguard.
Found you.
Well, well, if it isn't the little dancer from before. Have you come for an autograph? You must be quite the fan to come all the way out here just to see me.
I'm not here for an autograph. Far from it. I came here to stop you from destroying that town.
Unfortunately for you, I have big plans for this place. It is to become Dulcinea Land.
Oh no! She's planning on making her own Dolly World. But probably not with as many benefits that Dolly World actually gives out. Didn't Dolly Parton actually implement that there's a lot of legitimately great programs for people that work at Dolly World? Right? Am I wrong? Hold on. Oh, is it Dollywood? Wait, is it Dolly World or Dollywood? Okay, it's free admission, which is already better than Disney. I remember hearing something about Dolly Parton's theme park and how it's actually not bad. It's rated pretty decently on Glassdoor. A lot of discounts. Employee benefits, perks of working. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. I think she's just doing an evil version of Dollywood.
Dulcinea Land?
It has quite the nice ring to it, no? It will be a shining paradise built in honor of the realm's finest superstar. I'm giving these people something they can be proud of. They should be thanking me.
But isn't this your hometown?
Your jokes bore me, little girl.
Dulcinea?
This is no home of mine. My very first memory is of sand, everywhere I looked. I can't even remember my parents' faces. I was abandoned here. Life was miserable. Dressed in flea-ridden rags, scavenging for food. But one day, an opportunity presented itself. A dazzling light descended upon this gloomy, destitute town. Everyone's eyes were upon her brilliant figure as she danced. She was a star. That's when I decided to prove myself to the world. After some time, I became a dancer and found myself in front of a grand stage during my travels. I wished to dance upon it. So I worked harder than anyone. Until I outshone them all. And I scaled the dazzling stairs to success. Do you see now? I am, without a doubt, the realm's finest superstar.
But with a gigantic
I trained
beehive
every
that looks
day
silly.
of my life, so that my glow would never die. How could the world's most beautiful, shining star come from this depressing slum? It's simply not possible.
Oh.
Which is why I say this is no home of mine.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you come from. A true star would never cause others pain. A true star is...
That's quite enough. Now would you get out of my way? This area needs to be cleared. And once it's gone, all memory of it shall follow.
I'm not going anywhere.
Am I fighting her and her bodyguard, or just her bodyguard?
You stubborn little girl. You should know that such obstinance will only get you hurt. Veronica!
Yep.
Get rid of
Looks
her.
like probably just her bodyguard. That's fine. I want to see what her boss
Try,
sprite is.
But I won't let you lay a finger on this town. Wait for me, Lila.
Ooh!
Yeehaw!
Ooh, that was a... Ooh. Ooh, did you hear that transition? Ooh, that was a good music transition. I love that. I'm never getting tired of that. Also, God, her bodyguard sprite looks so awesome. Okay, you weak to... sword? No.
Time to shine.
Daggers? Yes.
My turn.
You're too kind.
Ow! Holy shit, you hurt.
Bring it on.
You
Take
weak to
this.
spears? No.
Here I go. This
Heal
will
up
make it
throne A.
all right. What to do, what to
You
do.
weak to stabs? No.
Cleaning time.
It's my turn now.
I'm kind of probing weaknesses as I fight. You weak to wind?
Whirlwind blow.
No. Switch gears.
Bring it on.
Oh, she can restore her shield points. I see. How about axes?
Nice.
Yes.
Ready?
In that case, let's do this.
You're too kind. Now then.
And then I'll lion dance on throne A.
Lion dance.
Bring it on.
And then Partitio
I see right through you.
Oh my god. This is gonna...
Well now.
I think I just unlocked the possible grossest thing that I'm probably ever... We'll see how much damage I do. I may hit the quad 9 damage scale. If anything, you know what? For Throne, I may have to increase her damage output to the 99... to the 99999 from the Warrior's skill line, because the damage output that I can do with her is pretty disgusting. I could make you weak to poison.
Do not think ill of me for this.
And then I can poison her for a good amount of turns. That'll be good.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Inventor skill.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Craft up the thing again.
Ready?
And now...
Watch me.
Thief skill. Swift step.
Don't blink.
And then...
My turn. Playtime is over.
Alright, let's see how bad this is.
Prince of Thieves.
Now then.
Oh, that's that is absolute... That's fucking disgusting! Absolutely fucking gross.
My spear strikes true.
My turn.
Fucking disgusting! Alright, oh, now she goes 2 times. Can I increase defense? Physical attack? Elemental defense? No, nothing for that. Alright, we'll just do the poison axe move.
Poison slash.
There we go. Oh, that stings. Oh,
What
7
to
points.
do?
Okay. In that case...
You're too kind.
Here goes.
Oh, you need to... Okay, you need to craft some more then. How about... we donate BP to Agnia.
I'm investing in you.
I owe you one, Patricia.
My turn.
And then we can... heal up everybody.
Heal our pain.
Thank you kindly, Casty.
All right.
And then... everybody goes up first anyway.
This is what it means to be a star. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere. Lion dance.
Big boost of attack.
What to do?
And then... let's do a shackle.
Weak.
Lower her attack.
Time to shine. Are you ready?
There. And then...
Here goes.
Merchant can do... give Agnia
I'm
that because he's got his latent power. Might as well use it.
I owe you one, Patricia.
Well now. I have a talent for making do.
Duration. Ooh.
These hands.
Confuse target.
Naughty deeds earn you bitter
Oh wait, you weren't weak to wind. Oops. I forgot. I forgot she wasn't weak to wind.
I'm just getting warmed up. I got more grit than I can handle.
Alright, now it's usable, which means... What do we do? This.
I don't want no trouble, son.
Okay, good.
Encore. Time to shine.
And then... I had no other recourses there. So, you know what I will do? I will...
Yeah.
do Dagger.
Bye-bye.
And then Throne
Ready?
can... HP Thief.
You're too kind.
And then Casty
You're a stalwart ally, Throne.
can give a plum to Throne so
Use
she
this
can do
to
another gross 9,999 damage again.
What to do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make Throne a warrior next to give her the skill boost for the attack. That'd be too good to have.
Watch me.
All right. Actually, if anything, yeah, it probably would be better if I shackle
You're open.
or armor corrosive. And then
Ready?
Playtime is over.
good thing I gave her the plum.
Aber, Prince of Thieves.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's disgusting. Ugh, I feel gross doing that, but it's so useful.
I'm right here.
Yeehaw!
And then let's have you use a bunch to heal
Coming right
everybody.
up.
Thanks.
And then Casty
What to
can
do?
increase
What to
defense.
Ah.
Or you know what? 80% damage
Protect
decrease.
us.
Because I forgot she doesn't have the defense buffer. But that's fine. Okay.
Prepare yourself.
Uh-oh.
Well now.
Shit.
I'm just getting warmed up. Yeehaw! Let's...
My turn.
She's stunned. Did I mess up?
heal everyone up, but Agnia would still be stunned.
Weak.
Lower her attack. See if that does it.
You won't lay a finger on Madame Dulcinea.
Oh!
At this rate.
Okay. Now I understand. Massive fear. That's a massive fear right there. I mean, good thing a lot of it missed, but I didn't know that that could just straight up yeet one of my party members out of the battle. Alright. Cool. Thanks.
My turn.
Good to know.
You're too kind.
I'm just getting warmed
Alright,
up.
Agnia's just gone. Shit. Alright.
How's that? Bring it on. I'm investing in you.
Ready?
I think I lowered her attack too. That's a bet.
Here I go.
I'm defending. Uh-oh. Well,
I'm sorry.
good thing I'm defending. Okay, she's actually tough. She's really tough.
Too slow.
What to do? What to
Alright,
do?
revive.
The Flamebringer be with you. My audience awaits.
My turn.
You're too kind.
Yeehaw!
If only I knew what your other weaknesses were.
Coming right up.
I owe you one, Patricia. Well now.
Heal
our
wounds.
Thank you kindly, Casty.
And then...
My turn.
You're too kind.
I mean, the HP Thief skill is legitimately great for this. Uh-oh. Ow! Oh god, my
Here
healer's
goes.
stunned. Alright, so she can now counter 2 moves. Wonderful. Well, I think I know what I can do for that then. Well, first... Silence, blindness, confusion, stun, 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 stun. Unconscious, there we go.
Coming right up.
It's my turn now.
Vengeful
Are
Blade.
you ready? Ow! Encore!
Casty.
She gets 1 attack in. That can do Casty in. Let's get your attack back down.
I have a talent for making do. A pinch of this and... I owe you one.
There we go.
Ow! Encore!
Bring it on.
And then Particio. There we go.
Particio? This is what it means to be a star! Lion dance!
And then I know exactly what I can do.
My turn. As swift as a snake.
Thief skills, armor corrosive.
You're open. What? Playtime is over.
Do this.
Aber, Prince of Thieves.
Big damage.
Here I go.
Okay, she's almost down. Sacred shield on me.
Protect us! Now then.
And then
Yeah! Are you ready?
Bring it on. Don't underestimate me.
I'm gonna use a grape on
Coming right
Agnia.
up.
I owe you one, Particio.
Ooh, we're getting double digits. Okay.
Prepare yourself.
Uh-oh. All right.
Agnia!
Cleaning time. Eat this!
Okay, just barely. There.
I'm just getting warmed up.
God, she's got 5 turns now? Holy shit.
I'm investing in you.
I appreciate it, Particio.
Okay.
Ready? Sorry, but I won't hold back. Aber, Prince of Thieves. Well, now.
No idea how much health is left on her.
Heal our pain. Thank you, Casti.
I can always revive if need be. Whew. She's a tough one. She's a tough boss.
I'm
Ow.
sorry.
My turn. You're too kind. My turn.
Get you up, Agnia.
Flamebringer be with you. You have my thanks, Casti.
Here goes. I got more grit than I can handle. Bouncy, bouncy.
I love you, I love the inventor skill. It's really good. Heal wounds.
Heal our pain.
Thank you, Cat.
Big heal. Good thing I did that. Nice miss.
What to do?
All right. HP thief
You're
again.
too kind.
Heal up.
Too slow.
Nice miss. This is a tense fight, and it's only one enemy I'm fighting, too. God, how did she... Dulcinea hired a good bodyguard. Actually, I only need that much. Let's donate it to...
I'm investing in you.
Throne.
It isn't over yet.
Let's heal up Agnia.
I'll use this.
Okay, counter position.
My turn.
Uh-oh, I just realized how low she is on health. Or, I mean, not health, MP, or SP. Wow, I'm so frazzled trying to get this
Use
fight
this to great
in. Ow. Ow.
Bring it on.
Alright, well, they now have, almost all of them have their latent powers up. Donate. Actually,
Yeah, let's do it.
you know, I could afford that, actually. Nah.
I see.
I feel like I could be close. I feel. I don't know, but I feel.
What to do?
Alright, we'll defend. Oh, dear.
Kirsty! Here you go. Thank you, Agnia.
Ow.
Casty.
How about HP Thief?
You're too kind.
Even if it's the counter stance, yeah.
I got careless. I got careless.
Jesus. This boss is not fucking around.
I owe you.
These final bosses for chapters are not going to be fucking around with me, are they? Oh no, my main damage dealer. Uh-oh.
Particio. I'm not going anywhere. Bye-bye.
Uh-oh. I got more.
Man, you are tanky.
My turn. I extend a helping hand.
Alright, in that case, I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
A pinch of this and...
I hope this works.
Not bad.
Watch me.
You're open.
This better work. I hope it does.
Playtime is over.
Will it work?
Aber, Prince of Thieves. Jeez.
Yes!
All tidied up.
Oh! What a boss fight! That was really good. Whew! That was... I applaud that. That made me have to think a bit. Wow.
I failed.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. You
Wish to
kicked
give
my
her a
ass.
moment in the spotlight, I see. You are too kind. Take a moment to catch your breath, Veronica.
Please don't tell me I have to fight her now. Please.
I must confess, you put on quite the show.
Dr. PMath, thank you for the follow. Whew.
There is something special about you, Agnia. Something rare that not all dancers have. You have a glow about you.
It might be all of the graphical bloom that causes the Nintendo Switch to possibly overheat.
Dulcinea, stars are meant to...
put smiles on people's faces, yes? What nonsense. I danced to prove myself to the world, to gain the people's recognition. I thought only of my own happiness. You're Kwani's daughter, aren't you? I suppose you're faithfully following her teachings, then.
I am.
You're such a fool. Though I cannot deny even the smallest bit of interest in you.
Is this an invitation?
Oh, we do have a chapter 5.
The Festival of Grace.
It's the main event of the Grand Gala. Very few dancers have the privilege of performing in it.
So each character's having a varying length of the chapters. I see.
We can settle this there. The crowd will decide which of us is the true star.
That's fine with me.
I look forward to it already. Until then, I leave this little heap of huts in your hands. We're leaving, Veronica. Tonight's show was brought to you by me, Dulcinea Lucille. I shall await you on the stage.
See, now that's the more tolerable version of the Ojo anime side hand laugh. I say more tolerable. Yeah.
Dulcinea's gone. I can't thank you enough, miss.
I'm just glad everyone's all right.
Oh no! Look! Mother's statue. It's in pieces.
Oh no. Oh. Wow, way to be grateful to your teacher.
Our hope. Lila!
What's wrong with all of you? Don't you get tired of being gloomy all the time?
What are you talking about, Lila?
If you're looking for hope, it's right here. I'll be your new hope.
Lila.
Lila! She's dancing. I can't believe it.
She's going footloose, kicking off the new shoes.
Ouch! Lila!
Whoa.
Whoa. Man, that was epic.
Thank you, Agnia. You helped me discover something important.
I wasn't making fun of that line read. Anytime I ever hear whoa on its own, the classic Keanu Reeves Matrix whoa comes to mind.
Were you
I should
able
have
to
that as
find
a
something
soundbite.
too?
Actually, no, I think that might be a new soundboard addition I need to make.
I found...
Really? I'm glad it wasn't just me then.
And of course, still finding lyrics to the song. I'm guessing we'll find the last lyrics after we confront Dulcinea.
When I dance, my heart feels warm. All the bad thoughts in my head disappear. And I'm filled with happiness.
Those are beautiful words, Lila.
From now on, I'm going to share this happiness with the whole town.
Thank you, Lila.
Again? What are you thanking me for?
I should get going.
Agnia!
Wait, what level was Particio at? I just remembered. What level was he at again?
Lila. Let's meet again someday.
That's a promise, Agnia. See you soon!
In the town of Sai, Agnia uncovers the memories of her mother behind. A superstar despairs over her past, while a young girl hopes for the future. The traveling dancer keeps their stories close to her heart as she makes her way to the grand gala. Possibly when she reaches around the level 40s or so, maybe. It might be level 45 that I need to do that at, because that seems to be the trend with all the other chapters so far. Alright, so we'll check the banters that I missed for that, and I think I may actually end there for a bit. So yeah, Partitios is level 35, and the Grand Gala is at... Where is it? Oh, it's over there! Yup, level 45. Thought so. This might also mean Oswald gets a chapter 5. Yeah, like, I remember in the first game that all of the characters had chapter lengths going into chapter 4 only. And as I mentioned, they all had roughly the same structure, where it was do the path actions, go through a dungeon, then fight a boss. But the fact that each of these have had relatively different structures on some level, it's been interesting. Like, genuinely. And I'm pretty glad that this game took some changes to make it differentiate from the first one. It's really nice. Alright. Agnia. Alright, so Ochette and Agnia. Dulcinea, how could she do such a horrible thing? I got a whiff of loneliness from that lady. You did? When you say star, you're talking about the ones in the sky, right? They're so high up that people can't reach them. Maybe she's lonely up there. It's been my dream to be a star like her someday. I want us to be able to smile and laugh together and share the stage.
Even if you become a star, Aggie, I don't think you'll be lonely. You'll always have a good friends around you. Yeah, Ochet's kind of the cinnamon roll. Like, Ochet and Agni are kind of the cinnamon rolls of the game. Okay, Oswald. La la la.
Why are you singing?
It happens when I'm in a real good mood.
I don't understand.
Then why don't we do it together?
No, thank you.
Alright, I don't mind singing on my own. I must be on my way, but goodbye I shall not stay. For you and I will meet again someday. Oh, I saw your foot moving to the beat.
It did not!
Oswald is the brooding nerd kid that's just... that, like, got dragged into the prom, even though he was like, I'd rather be home studying or doing something. I'd rather study my equations. That's the vibe I get from Oswald. Alright, so Temenos. What do you have to say? Alright, now let's find Lila some shoes. Before that, Agnia, there's something I must speak to you about. The Flamebringer, Elfric, once shared his fire with the people. They were grateful for its warmth on cold nights. But Elfric's flame died and his body grew ragged. Why are you telling me this now? Because, Agnia, your shoes are as ragged as Alfric was. What? Oh, you're right. It is important to think of oneself from time to time. Thank you, Temenos. I definitely have to do something about these shoes. After we find Lila a good pair. Goodness, may the sacred flame guide you. Yeah, having good shoes is a really important thing. I remember when I think it was like a few years ago when my old shoes had gotten like so bad that they were actually giving me blisters at my Achilles tendon area because of how worn down they were. Like I'm never really like, if a shoe functions, it functions, but you need to take proper care of your feet, especially when it comes to walking around a whole ton like at cons. It's why I really hate when it comes to like, note to costume design or character design, if you're gonna make something that people will want to cosplay, which let's face it, it can happen, please make the footwear something that actually could support people well enough and not like something that could sting people's feet after walking around in it for half an hour or more. Just saying. Garud and Kwani. So Hikari and Agnia. Your mother must have been an incredible woman, Agnia. It seems she was adored by people far and wide. She really was amazing. You mentioned that your father is a tailor of a few words. How is it that he won your mother's heart? Everyone always looks so surprised when I say this, but it was actually Mama who proposed to Papa. She did? My mother fell in love the first time she put on one of his dresses. She adored everything about it, from the design to the way it felt, even the way he sewed it. She realized that the one who made it was thinking of the wearer and their happiness. Mama decided that she wanted to wear his clothes for the rest of her life. All that after slipping on just one dress. I see. She sounds like a very passionate woman. She laughed and said it wasn't love at first sight, but love at first wear. It sounds like their meeting was the work of fate. I couldn't agree more. Imagine that. Imagine there's an... Isn't there... I'm trying to remember. Wasn't there an anime about how, like, it was love at first sight? No, there is. There's a romance anime where I think it's an American girl is visiting Japan, and the protagonist, who's like a photographer, like, does a thing that reminds this American girl about, like, a movie she saw.
because she's like in love with Japanese culture and Japanese films. So she's like, "Oh, you did a thing that reminded me of a film that I watched. You want to get a coffee or something?" I don't know. I don't remember the name of the show. I just remember that. I just remember the protagonist was a photographer and the girl was American. I think she was American. Could be wrong. Alright, well, that's going to be it for me for tonight, because the other chapters for the characters are actually pretty high up in terms of level, and I don't want to spend time grinding just to reach that point. So, yeah. Next time, before the next time I stream this game, I'm likely going to do some off-stream grinding just to, you know, get everybody to a relatively comfortable level, get Particio for his chapter, and then Oswald for his, etc., just to make sure we can do the chapters without getting completely curb stomped. Because believe me, I've been getting humbled hard by some of these bosses, and even some of the random encounters. But yeah, thank you all for joining me tonight. It's been really fun. Despite the talk about, you know, social media platforms and how fickle and fragile their capabilities and or abilities to hold up are. But nonetheless, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for just sitting around and hanging out. So, yeah. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Stay hydrated. Keep your postures checked. And I will see you on the next stream. Bye.